0991207777. Youths, of course, this is all about you. Definitely, you would definitely gain so much from this. So with us in the studio, she was here last week, and yes, she's still here today. So yeah, bringing a lot of value to you out there. Aderonmu Zainab, you are welcome, Zainab.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
Super excited.
It's so great to have you back with us in the studio. And yes, to the very extreme. Yeah, I don't want to. I know the guy there in the middle, the special one, flanked by two beautiful ladies. So we also have Fumi Akan Usen. I hope I pronounced that correctly. All right, so Fumi, it's great to have you with us.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
And the gentleman in the middle, yes, Sodunke Qudus, with us. He was here last week, and he's here, and we're going to twice. Like I said, we're coming here for the second time, for emphasis. So you're all welcome. You're welcome. So straight away we'll be going into the meat of the matter. We're talking about the Ibile Youth Academy. I deliberately didn't do the introductions because I wanted you guys to talk about what you do, your position. I know, of course, you're all ambassadors. I know you are the present coordinator, so to say,
Present Lagos State Ambassador.
Youth Ambassador, and you are a former yes, divisional ambassador. Yes. So of course, and I know Fumi.
Yeah, I served as the former state ambassador.
Former state ambassador. So she took over from you.
Yes.
Women, women supporting women.
Yeah.
It's all great. So straight away, let's just talk about the creation of Ibile Youth Academy, when it started and what inspired this. I know last week, Zainab, you shied away from this because, you said Mrs. Umar was around and, you wanted her to do justice to this. But I believe Fumi will be in a great position to do that. Okay, so let's just talk about what inspired the creation of Ibile Youth Academy, and let's just give a bit of background to this.
Yeah, okay. Ibile Youth Academy is a platform, for young people.
Yes.
Within the age of 18 and 24.
Okay, 18 and 24.
Yes.
So anybody beyond?
Yes. But we have other programs.
The new cohort is between 16 and 24.
Okay, 16 and 24.
Okay, so it's just spreading it a bit. 16
so it's for young people to actually build themselves in leadership, citizenship, volunteerism. It's a platform to develop their leadership capacity.
Okay.
And also, after being trained at the academy, to go back to their various communities to make impact.
To impact them.
Yes, so we have pet projects that they are expected to carry out in those divisions. And most of these programs, those are the things that we've actually discussed while in camp. We've looked at, what's particular problem is peculiar to a particular community. How can we solve them? So those are part of the activities that we do in camp. Then when we are done with the camping activities and we are now out there, each teams in those divisions now look for how to address those issues and working with other, all the ambassadors in each of those divisions to carry out pet projects. So some of the projects that we did during our time was, we clean our environment, we mark international youth days, like we go for drug abuse campaign, go to schools, talk to young people. So we are aware that it's not everybody that has that opportunity to be on that platform. So we are there and we've been trained, we go back to our community to give back what we were being trained on. So that's what the program is about.
So talking about the pet projects, okay, so I know a few communities, for example, communities might actually have a certain need. Was there any maybe process of interfacing with the community to know exactly what that need was, or you just being part of the community, you just decided that, this is what they need? Like, how did you make that decision that, this is our pet project that we want to do to impact this community?
Yeah, I said that even right from camp,
yes,
we have people from various communities in camp. So for example, I can be from Ikorodu division, and as someone that I've lived in Ikorodu for several years, for example, I already know those problems that are peculiar. So as ambassadors, we've identified those problems. So after leaving camp, what we just do is, okay, how can we solve this problem? And it's not something that is just one person that's coming up with it. So we are working as a team. We are identifying those issues, and if need be, we also
for each team, it's not just one person from Ikorodu, so to say. You have
we have 10 ambassadors in each of those divisions.
Yes.
And what they do is they come together, work together as a team to carry out those projects. So there are times now we also go out, we go to those communities, meet people, go to those schools, we look at what we can do within our own reach to make sure that we make impact. So that's how we do across the divisions.
Great one. All right, a quick update. I can confirm to you that Alakbere at this time is becoming busier, not as free as it was before. For those intending to apply that route, do take note. Also, just pan our cameras. We'll take it back a bit to see if this is due to pedestrians crossing or fuel queues, or perhaps if it's just around the Alakbere end, if there's any tailback. But at this time, I can confirm to you that around the Alakbere end, as against the earlier report I gave you where things were looking really, really friendly, it's now just a steady movement, not as free as before. But taking our cameras back just before the Ifako bridge, and I can tell you things are still looking very breezy, very, very fast. So if you're coming from the 3rd Mainland Bridge and you intend to apply that route towards Ogudu, it's still looking very friendly, nothing to worry about at this time. Yes, it's still MYSD Spectrum, and we have Aderonmu Zainab, Sodunke Qudus, and Fumi Akonishele right here. Of course, Aderonmu Zainab is the current Lagos State Youth Ambassador, and quite a lot of. So, what does your position entail? What do you get to? What are your responsibilities? What is expected of you?
Okay, so as the Lagos State Youth Ambassador, the State Youth Ambassador, it means that I'm leading the team of 50 young people. So there's me, and then there's 49 other people.
49?
Yes,
wow.
Across all 5 divisions, from Ikeja to Badagry, Ikorodu, Lagos, and Ekpe. And essentially, I'm also representing my team and other young people in Lagos on different high-level
Do you have
committees.
meetings?
Yes,
how often do you?
We have meetings. So we don't particularly have maybe weekly meetings or something like that. What we do is we convene on our project. So we know that this is our vision for the year. This is what we want to achieve in this particular cohort. Yeah. And so we move through our calendar like that. We know that, this is what's going to happen in Ikeja, this was happening in Ikorodu, this was happening in Lagos. And so when we are about to execute those projects, of course we'll plan. So those planning affords us the opportunity to meet and just stay together. But aside work, we also take time to distress. So we've had a number of hangouts. We've had a number of chances to come together to just sort of celebrate the things that we have done, and of course to fire up ourselves again to continue to make impact. So of course it also entails representing my team and other young people on high-level committees. For example, I was on the committee
that's beyond the Ibile Youth Academy.
Exactly. So on the committee reviewing the Lagos State Youth Policy. And so it means that I have to be the face. I was the youngest committee member. So it meant that I had to be.
How did you feel?
Well, the academy really just sort of incubates you for greatness. What they look for really is people who have that boldness. And even if you don't have it, it would just sort of drag it out of you, right? So I didn't particularly feel anyway, except that I had to be respectful. But of course, my voice also has to be heard because I'm representing not just myself, but also other young people. So if I don't state that this is what we need, this needs to be in the policy, it will come back to say, this person was on the committee and she didn't talk about these things. Do you understand? So, talking about things that affect young people, women and girls, climate sustainability especially, I remember those were some of the things that I actually did put my foot down to say, I might be the youngest person here,
but
more
than one
climate.
A youth, a woman,
exactly.
So amazing
Exactly.
stuff.
And other committees as well, like there's a drug abuse, there's a committee advocating against drug abuse, trying to bring up ways that the Lagos State government could actually combat drug abuse in Lagos State. So also on that as well. And I think those were some of the committees that I was on.
Okay. Sodunke Qudus, so let's just talk a bit about your own experience while in the academy and out of the academy, so life beyond the academy. So let's talk about post and pre. How was it for you and how has it been?
All right. Thank you again for having us this week. And let me set a foundation that I served as a divisional ambassador,
division ambassador.
Lagos division for the previous edition, which is the fourth.
That's Lagos Island thereabouts?
Yes, Lagos Island thereabouts, with about 13 local governments, sort of. So what has been the experience, basically? For me, that's like, joining the academy was like one of the first time I'm being in such a gathering. And you're in a gathering with so many intelligent persons. So even though you felt like, okay, there's still a little bit of things that you need to touch up within yourself, because of that, that circle, he said your circle will always, show on you. It brings out that part of you. So what has been the experience so far? The experience makes me understand myself better. So the experience of you spending the 1 week training at the daily training and the camp makes you understand, how well you operate with other persons. So and for that, it also shows they shine light on your leadership traits. So as he has said, there are 3 thematic areas which has been focused on the academy, which is the leadership, the citizenships, and the volunteerism. So the leadership talks about, for me, we can give leadership so very many names, but then it comes down from the foundation to say that if you're about to lead other person, if you want to make positive influence on that person, you need to start leading yourself first, which now boils down to the fact that, okay, how well are you disciplined about what you said you were going to be doing? What values are you upholding? What traits are you developing and stuff like that? And those are the conversations you will continually have within the time in your camp. And moving on to citizenships, once you, within yourself, is getting better, it's not just about you, because you are operating in a particular environment. And in that environment, you need to now understand the rules and regulations. What are the things that you need to know? So it will be very sad to know that some youths within the environment couldn't even recognize that, okay, this is my ward chairman, or there's a ward, or there's something like that, or this is a particular area where you could do this, or you are supposed to even have a basic understanding that, okay, when there is like a security crisis, this is what we're supposed to do.
This is the next step.
So these are the citizenships that comes with it, because then you're operating in a particular environment. Then what moves next to it? Because I've always been a fan of you have to give. There's this common saying that the givers will never lack, whoever that gives. So the volunteerism is that after you develop yourselves, after you are understanding what is within your environment, how do you then give back? That's where the volunteerism comes within. So you assess yourself, okay, I have these social skills, and we find out that this is happening. You know that Aderonmu is good at this. Aderonmu, how can we come together and operate this? So that these are the experience. So after Ibile, what does this give you? It gives you an opportunity to a large network of intellectual individuals that you can always reach out to, because you guys have formed a formidable
so you still have that network.
Yes, the network is still there.
With each other. Okay.
So I am a creative person right now, and Zainab was in need of a creative service about last week or last 2 weeks. He had to come to, hey, Qudus, this, and okay, I'm up for this. It gives that rooms that, okay, you guys have built that network over time. And as much as that, one thing that's occurred so very much in Ibile is that after you pass through the stages, you are more or less like a global product. You're not just like a local product again, because whatsoever you're fit enough to challenge or co-compete with other youths globally. And this is one of the experiences that we're finding now. And so a couple of us are currently representing some initiative globally. I am currently representing an initiative globally at the moment, and that is what we are getting off it. Right, so that's that basically.
Okay, so a bit of let's talk about the selection process and the training. I know you spoke about that earlier for me, Konishele. You actually talked about what would be taught and all that, what you get to learn. But how do people get to be selected? How do you get to be a part of this? Just give us a bit of enlightenment as regards that.
All right, thank you, sir. So for our own, when we did ours,
Yes.
it was quite different.
Quite different, okay.
Yes. So
But things have changed a bit
but
now.
things have changed
Okay.
now. So during our own time, it was like you going to the ministry physically to submit your documents,
Okay.
your LASRA, some documents. Then afterwards, we had like training, online. Selection process was online. From there, we did physical training. From there, we were selected. So those were like the
How it
stages.
was now. But
now,
what's new?
I wanted to add something to what you
Yes,
said.
yes.
Our selection was based on the fact I think it was COVID period.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there were
I
a
think
few
that's part of
constraints
the
and all
reason.
that.
So normally the
Yeah.
it should have been that we go for a 5 days training
Okay.
physically.
Okay.
Then we now move to camp. But
Camp.
then we couldn't do that 5 days training physically because
So we
of
had it
COVID.
online.
Had it online.
Virtual.
Then we now did like a day training in each of those divisions.
just a day.
Oh.
Yes, so that's when they now selected 10
Okay.
from those training. So it's those
Okay.
50 that now went to camp.
Okay.
But now I think
Zainab,
will
yes,
speak
you'll be
more on this
a better
point.
position to, So what's new? What's the latest selection
So
process
first
like?
of all, the application process is mostly online. It was not like that before. There's now
Normally it was physical. You had to come in
physical.
person.
Yeah,
Okay.
you had to submit a form.
Okay.
But now it's online. There's a website,
Yes.
the Ibile Youth Academy.org. Please help me bring up the website.
Let's just
so
pull
we
that
can
up
see
real
it.
quick for those who need to.
So there's a website. Once you log into the website, you would see the dashboard.
That's www.
So you get that.
Okay, you'll pull that. Okay, so just go on, please.
So you would see the dashboard. There's an overview on the dashboard.
Okay.
Once you go to application, it would ask you for basic details, your name, where you work, if you are a student, or
Yeah.
if you are self-employed, or if you are employed by an
Do you
organization.
need qualifications?
Well,
of any
you have to
sort?
be between 16 and 24, first
Yeah.
of all, and then the basic qualification
Well,
is...
a few people within that age bracket are already graduates. So to say.
Exactly. So you have to have just your SSC.
SSC, okay,
So
that's
you
a
need your
basic
SSC, yes.
requirement,
You need your
okay.
SSC, you need your
SSC,
LASRA card,
LASRA,
because
okay.
you need to be a resident
Okay.
of Lagos State.
Okay.
And then you also have to include your birth certificate.
Oh, okay.
So there are a series of questions like what does leadership mean to you? There's some questions that you need to respond to so that they test your intellectual ability, they test your readiness, your leadership readiness, and
Okay.
other things that they really
No
just
trick
want
questions, no IQ tests online.
Well, there is. So the thing is that after the essays, I think
Yes.
there are about 3 short essays that you have to write about
Right,
yourself,
okay.
so that they know who you are and what exactly your aspirations.
Okay.
There's this particular question on what your dream for Nigerian youth are, because we're literally looking for people who have a big vision for Nigeria, leaders who can really actually deliver the
So
Nigeria.
it's not just localized to Lagos State.
No, it's not.
The
It's
Nigerian
not.
dream and
No,
all that.
Yeah, exactly. So afterwards, then there's the place where you have to upload the document that I talked about.
Yes.
And then there's a very short test. It's like a generalized test, nothing that somebody who has passed through SSC cannot do actually, and you get your score immediately as well.
Okay.
So and then you have to wait till if you get selected, if you get shortlisted, now that's the word.
Yeah.
You go through a physical screening in
Okay.
your division. So they're going to send you the details for a physical screening. So after the physical screening, if you make it, then you attend 5-day training.
So
for
that's
camp.
like 3 stages. So
Exactly.
To say. Okay.
Is it 3?
2, and then the third one is
There's
yes.
still
And
more. She's still speaking.
oh, okay. So
So if you get selected after screening, you go
Yes.
to the 5-day training.
Okay.
Then after the 5-day training, if
Okay.
you get selected again, then you go to camp. So they're going to select
wow,
10.
that's more than 3.
It is. It is. So there are many gates now, and it's really intense because there's a lot of interest and there's a lot of
It
competition.
wasn't this cumbersome in your time.
No. It was
Really competitive
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But I feel like what we've done so much that we've given so much visibility and so much value to the fellowship that everybody now wants to be a part of it.
Yes,
exactly.
yes, a lot of it.
Exactly.
And I also think that more of what a lot of people will be interested to hear is that how do we get selected?
Yes, how do you get selected?
Well, let me finish. I know where you're going to.
Okay, Zainab, just let Zainab finish up.
Yeah. So once you go to camp,
yes,
once you get to camp, then there's another selection process for people who get to camp. I mean, yes, because I mean everybody here are team leads. So there's this selection for team lead, the team lead selection process.
Okay.
So you have to sort of show up. You need to let them know what exactly it is that you have to offer. You need to show them your value, and it's not that you come and campaign. Everybody's watching you. Yeah. Everybody's watching how you interact with other people. They're watching how you interact with your environment. They're watching your enthusiasm. And I really think that one of the things that helped me was enthusiasm. I didn't come with any preconceived notion of, I have to be the team lead, or, I'm not interested. I was just really open-minded, right? So everybody's watching you. Everybody's watching if you're fit to lead them. So they're going to select 5, exactly, very authentic. They're going to select 5 divisional team leads. We have 5 divisions, and then the state youth ambassador, who's going to be the overall team lead. And I feel like that is really nice, because the team leads at the end of the day would get to go on a fully funded international trip.
Okay, like what Sodunke
was talking about.
Okay. What country did you go to?
Spain, both of us.
Okay, but you also went to Spain. Okay, but you didn't get to learn Spanish.
Tried
then.
Okay, so just give us. Let's have a bit of tell us, how was it traveling now? What did you get to learn?
Okay, the experience is quite always very different, because we went to Spain.
Yes.
And they had to go to Finland.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think the objective.
Okay,
is
Zainab went to Finland.
Yes,
Okay.
So I think the objective there is to explore things that you can see what the global standards are, what we've been teaching you so far.
As against what you have
here. Yes. So, and what we realize often more is that mostly what has been taught at the global stage is mostly what I've been taught.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yes. Trust me. So for us, we had I was a trip. Our edition was the first edition to had first traveled. Our edition was the 4th edition, and we're the first edition to have
that. So the 3 other editions didn't get to do.
No. So
bring them back again.
But luckily enough for us, so some of them were able to join us as well. But
great.
So what's the experience before leaving? We're like, what's it gonna be like? For me, I was like, what is it gonna be like? But then, the trip on its own was a very good experience, because we had a rundown from Nigeria to Qatar, then we moved to there. So we had to experience what the airport was like in Qatar and stuff like that. So getting to Spain, I think the selection of the country was very, 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 very intentional, strategic, because you see more of you said, a similar climate to what Nigerian is.
Okay.
So why do we have what we have in Nigeria? What are they doing well? What are we observing? So you see how they are inculcating, or how they're bringing together
and
greeneries.
solutions.
Yes, how they're bringing greeneries to their city, how they're exploring tourism, how they're doing some other things. And that's alone for me. And the opportunity we also had was that we were even staying very close to the police station, right? So we see how the janitors are cleaning the road very early in the morning. It was very unique for us. They had to wash the road very early in the morning.
Wash the road.
Yes, yeah, it's not usual for us.
Interesting.
And
you'd have been so these people are not from here.
And I think the ball of it is that there's so much for us to pick up from, but we can only give much appreciation to the ministry giving us the opportunity. We were not restricted that you guys should not do this, they allowed us as much as possible to get ourselves engaged in so many things. We visited, aside from us getting to the country, we had a 3 days leadership program.
Training.
Right there. Yes, right there again. So that was the leadership program was focused on energy leadership.
Okay.
How do you build energies around you? And we were able to relate it,
self-leadership,
and stuff like. We were able to relate it back to what we are having here. And aside from that,
how you can apply it
here as well,
which is the really important part.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that other things could be that we visited the museum, the library.
Yes.
Like some very scientific museums. Football. Yeah, we went to
Camp Nou.
People Camp Nou. Okay.
Went to Camp Nou and stuff like
Can
that.
I reduce my age? I don't know. Okay, so how do we get to be a part of this for youth, for young people who want to be part of this? Let's just talk about how they can be part of this. So the website.
The registration is still on.
When is it closing?
4th of October.
4th of October. Okay,
Yes,
and this
so
is today's 25th.
Yes,
so we have a few days.
Yes, we still have a few days.
Okay.
So they can go check us out on Instagram. At Ibile Youth Academy.
Ibile Youth Academy.
Yes,
Okay.
they can check us out on Instagram.
And as well, check out the Ministry of Youth.
Okay.
MYSD.
Okay.
MYSD, like lag MYSD on Instagram.
MYSD, okay,
Yes,
on Instagram.
On Instagram as well. One thing I'm also very sure is that the Commissioner for Youth as well is always trying as much as possible to update on what is going on within the Ministry of Youth. So as a youth, I'm always encouraging every young person in Lagos to, as much as possible, follow the Commissioner for Youth,
that's
follow the
important.
Ministry of Youth, and as well, you can also follow other initiatives like the Ibile Youth Academy Instagram. So you can always see a lot of updates.
All right. So just doing a quick search. I just did a quick search and it pulled it up real quick. So if you type the Ibile Youth Academy on Google, you get search results.
You get
it pulls it up real quick. So IbileYouthAcademy.org. Yes, if I'm correct, that's the website. So you can just go on there and follow the prompts and get to be a part of this. For those who want to reach out to you for more information, perhaps maybe for clarification and all that. How do you go?
You can reach out to
on the
me
website. Zainab is on the website.
Well, you can reach out to me on my personal Instagram.
Okay,
just send me DM. I've been answering DM questions like back to back.
Right.
Zainab.
What's your
_Zainab Aderonmu? There's a U, Aderonmu. Zainab Aderonmu. ZAI.
Okay, ZAINAB.
Aderonmu, yes.
Okay, and Sodunke, how do we get connected with you for those who want to?
Okay, you can reach out to me on all my social media handles as D Sodunke.
D Sodunke.
Yes, D. That's THE.
Okay, it's the Sodunke. Okay,
right.
All right.
And I think from our own end as well, what we're doing is that just as Zainab and some of the team members for this cohort has already planned an Insta live session,
yes,
to inform more people about this and how they can get into the opportunities.
And when would that be? Would you put updates on your?
Yeah, we're having one tomorrow.
Okay, on Instagram. At what time?
At 5 p.m.
Okay, and for me, how do we connect with you?
Fumilaya Konishele.
Okay, one word.
Yeah.
Okay, on everywhere?
Yes.
Everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, I'm everywhere to us.
Okay, guys, it's been an amazing one. I had a great time, chatting with you, and I'm sure we are going to get a lot of people because a lot of people have been reaching out, trying to get information. But let me shock you, even parents.
If I could say something to wrap it up, right? For me, if you're applying to the Ibile Youth Academy, look beyond the fact that you want to become the team lead.
Yeah, actually.
Focus more on the fact that you want, the value you're driving out of it. And trust me, at the end of it, whatsoever you find yourself doing, you do it very well, and eventually you exceed in it. So it goes just beyond the fact that you want to become the team lead and this and that. Because a lot of DMs are like, I want to become the team lead. How do I become
the team lead?
Because you know that you have to, being the team lead, you have to travel out of Nigeria.
But I have team members who have become global youth ambassadors. Global peace ambassadors. That this opportunity opens for you.
So guys, just a quick one here, a few seconds here.
The selection process is actually fair. It's not based on knowing anybody.
Yeah, we spoke about, we clarified that last week. I didn't want to just go into that because I was like,
So when they put in the work, they'll definitely
get the results.
Yes, they would.
An amazing time, an amazing edition of the show. Thank you so much, guys. Zainab Aderonmu, Sodunke Qudus, and Fumi Akonishele. It's been an amazing one. I must say I enjoyed myself and I learned so much. I wish I was, in that but alas, thank you so much, guys. I'm sure we'll get a lot of applications from this end. That's all for today's edition of the show, dear listener. MYSD Spectrum will come your way same time next week. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and exploration. Big thank you to Adeola Olabisi, Director of Public Affairs, MYSD, and that's okay, Minister of Youth and Social Development. I'm already saying MYSD like you guys. And a big thank you to our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. Remember, the cornerstone of a brighter future is social development, and together we can build a more inclusive and prosperous society. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and success stories from the Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development. Until next time, keep shining your light and making a difference in your community. My name is Akan Usen, your host, saying goodbye for now.